And I've been doing comedy for almost 40 years, and I'm only 50 years old. And let me tell you something. I go to niggas, I go to niggas fucking, I go to niggas' baby christenings, I go to their weddings, I've gone to niggas' funerals, and what part of the game is this? He only eats at niggas. He didn't say anything about any of these white boys. None of these white boys function like that. And Cat is one of the best players in the game. So why are you drawing all ugly pictures of us? Stop. Did he say anything about? Did he say anything about me?
And Rec TV.
Yes, he did.
Nothing.
And what did he say?
Nothing bad.
That he loves me and I'm awesome. And you want to know why he said that? Because I've been nothing ever but kind to this nigga. And you can only say the same, and you can only say the same. Never, ever hurt any of you. And all these niggas have taken shots at me because it hurts to be big. And can't
And
and
Rec
can't
TV.
and hurt people, but I'm a hurt person that never hurt people. And he does it all the time. Fuck this one and fuck that one and fuck this one. But no, that ain't anything that you did wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong. Cat didn't do nothing wrong.
And Rec TV.
I'm gonna bring a picture of a black guy. Cat did this to me.
What you just did was someone called you, which I'm not gonna say the name you said who called you because I don't gotta do that. You already said the name.
And Rec
Who said no?
TV.
Yeah, just like called you and said that. He already said it was just a call you. That's all they gave.
Oh, Marlon.
Right, Marlon. So that's the only information.
This is not the only one. Fat Joe Olden
And Rec
TV
TV.
was killing it. No, he's not. I am 50 years old. I am not beefing with you niggas. Ever. I love everybody, but I love Cat Williams more than a lot of people. And that nigga is wild.
And Rec TV.
You know, I'm so glad Dave spoke on this and finally spoke out. As a black comedian, he's right. This is not good for black comedy. You in the sunlight, in the sunshine, as big and as gifted and as talented as a comedian that Cat Williams is, you're tearing down your own kind. You're tearing down your own kind. Dave took the words out of my mouth. I'm not in position to really, come out and say it, so I can only follow Dave's lead. And the reason I'm following the lead, because he said it. Who Cat adores. He adores Dave Chappelle. He has a high level of respect for Dave. He even said Dave is funnier than him, out of his mouth. And I 100% agree with Dave. And you know what me, Cat, and Dave have in common? We all Virgos. But when you go tearing people down in a public space and everybody's jumping on it and you start to turn, comedy ain't rap. It's never going to be the rap game. You know what I'm saying? He made a point on that Shannon Sharp interview when he talked about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan got 6 unfunny white boys that he pushing. You want to know what was so interesting about that when Cat said that? All them guys over there at that Rogan podcast that Rogan is pushing, they all selling arenas. All of them. Comedy is subjective. Whether you think they funny or they not, what they are doing is working together. And for these brothers not to be able to work together, the legends of Cat and Kevin and Sid and all these people, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then at the same time, in the same breath, you want to go cry to that white man. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And Dave is 100% correct. Let's keep going.
All right, I'm at war with the Illuminati too. But what part of the war is Eastering Cedric the Entertainer? Because this man is the Illuminati. But I'm going to stop with Cedric the Entertainer.
and wreck TV.
Say that dude is old as fat. Look at this nigga old and
Wreck TV.
Oh, and comics. You see that when Dave hit that mic on his leg? That's Dave. Would y'all stop doing that shit? Let Dave have that, man. Let's keep going.
He probably doesn't even do this anymore. Hey, Jones. Hey, lady, you tweet. Don't tell anybody what I'm saying. Because Bruce like she tweeting LA Times. Leo's famous back. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Everybody puts the phone thing up. Say what? No, D-Ray. You know why? Because Marlon Wayans called me and told me you see it, but that deal was good for comedy. No, it's not.
And wreck TV.
Nigga, I'm 50. No, it's not.
Bunch of comedy.
No, because he did it.
He got a lot of life regardless of what motherfucker. He's got a lot of life. He was born. Motherfuckers out here bored, then motherfucker he made his basketball again. Competitive. Yeah. You
Comedy. See, the thing about comedy, and I'm going off of what D-Ray said. When I started in comedy, they used to boo. Especially, I started off in underground black comedy, the hardest rooms on earth. And, you know, I paid my dues. I got booed, but I became a monster, a dog in these rooms. What is happening is the audience members y'all have to make comedy great. The comedians, y'all have to boo and tell people they suck and let them know. You know, that's how they get better. But we can't turn this sport. Comedy's not a gladiator sport. Comedy is not really even a competition, right? Because what I do is far different than from what D. Ray and Dave do, because people appreciate each comedian for their own individuality. So you have to be the best version of you. And you can't, you know, I know Kat said in that interview about counting the laughs. And I can go over several specials of his where I was counting and they weren't coming. No shade, but it's just fact. It's a very subjective art form. It's an art form. So you can't, this is not basketball or baseball. It's just not. It's art. It's art. It's like painting. When you see the people just throw stuff on the wall and sprinkle shit, that is comedy.
can we get one to go in 2000?
No, shut up, nigga, because you know why? You know why this is great? Because I put a sprinkle out the same thing, and it was fine. And this nigga had to come out. I read 3,000 books by the time you say that. So, what the fuck are you talking about? They need the money. Where is the money in that? Where is the money in that?
That album, he put out a mixtape.
Yeah. And wreck TV.
Nigga, that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, like I say, I'm standing on Dave's side. I've been saying this. It's not doing nothing. And half of y'all buying the tickets, I know the ticket sales went up, but y'all going to that show because y'all want to see a hanging. Y'all want to see a guillotine hanging. Y'all won't get up there. And I had to tear this nigga and the nigga said this. This is what y'all want to see. And he ain't even doing that at the shows right now. So overall, as far as black men in comedy, this is bad. This is a Mandingo fight. And when you come in here and comment, and I'm gonna see your comments, I want y'all to notice that the most unsuccessful, dusty people will disagree with what me and Dave were saying. Check their profile pics when they come on here talking. Now, what they'll do is probably put them on private because I've said this. So this is what it is. Tell Dave and D-Ray and Kat to call me. This is delusional. It's delusional. And I also, too, have to go in on the notion of Kevin Hart being an industry plant. I need to talk about that, too. I started doing comedy in about 2002, 2001, 2002. I started doing comedy. I was in this festival called Laugh-A-Palooza. Jamie Foxx was in Atlanta, and he would have comics go up. I went up. I bombed. Matter of fact, I beat all the comedians out to tape the show, but I bombed. They never showed me. I see Kevin Hart. His face was familiar from Soul Plane. I watched this man do his set, and he kills. And I'm not here dick holding. I get my shit out the mud. And any of you want to say, "Oh, no, I have a doctorate degree. I've been okay my whole career, so don't do that shit." But what I'm saying is, in Kevin, they say he's an industry plant. They say he just popped up in LA with shows and this, that. We didn't know who he was. Well, most people that go to LA, you a fool if your ass just pop up in LA. I won't even say you're a fool. You're not a fool. But your chances of just going out there and popping up without having any representation, without developing at all, with having no fan base, your chances are slim to none. Most comedians moved to LA in the early 2000s when they were getting what were called holding deals. This is when sitcoms were hot. This is when you saw 40 sitcoms on the UPN network, Fox, CBS, and NBC. And what they would do was give a comedian $500,000, $1 million to basically have first right of refusal of any projects that would come out. So Kevin Hart grinded in the Comedy Cellar in New York under the guidance of Keith Robinson, did Paper Soldiers, was seen, got a movie. And even before that, he goes to do Just for Laughs. So in the Comedy Cellar, all the big agents and everybody, either in the Comedy Cellar or the Comedy Store, is where they would go. They wasn't coming to the Bar and Grill. They wasn't coming to Uptown Comedy Club. They don't go to these places. They go to those two. So this guy's grinding. He's doing the black side circuit, the white circuit. He's working his ass off. He gets selected to be in the Montreal Just for Laughs Festival, which is a prestigious festival. They don't pick a lot of, especially black comics, they don't pick a lot of comics for this, like cream of the crop comics. He kills at that. From that, he gets holding deal. And that's why he moved to LA. Straight up. That's what it was. Even D-Ray had a holding deal, I believe. Everybody had holding. Dion Cole moved to LA because he was writing on Conan's show. Little Rail moved to LA because he had done Friends of the People and he was doing the Carmichael show. It was deals. It was money there. They went to get the money. So a lot of guys that are in LA starving, they don't understand that these guys done already put the work in their city or wherever the hell they from. And then they come to LA and do it. And furthermore, Kevin Hart had Soul Plane. It flopped. He had the sitcom. It flopped. They left Kevin Hart for dead in Hollywood. They left him for dead. He had to build back up doing the weekends, the $2,000 weekends in the comedy clubs, and starting to build himself and get better and better and better and climb that mountain. Took off 2009. The rest is history. And what's ironic is when he took off and did the Shaq All-Star Comedy Jam in 2009, Cat was sitting there watching this as a king on the throne. So I have to call it out, like, Kevin's been around. 05, when Cat was at the tippy top of the mountain, Kevin was right there. He was there. But he wasn't called out because what happens is when in comedy, typically when you have to watch this, but you'll see people will surpass people, and that's when there's a problem. If I surpass my friend, there's an issue. That's what happens. So that's what it is, man. So tell everybody to call me. I'm out.